Welcome to another explainer. Picture this for a second. You are right on the finish line of securing a massive business loan, or maybe you're finally ready to expand your company across state lines. I mean, the champagne is practically on ice. And then, out of nowhere, bam! Everything just screeches to a halt. You're suddenly blocked by a wall of bureaucratic red tape, all because a bank or a state agency is demanding some specific document you might not have even known you needed. So if you're ready to expand but suddenly find yourself completely blocked, the missing key to your stalled deal is very likely just proof of your legal compliance and business credibility. You see, investors, lenders, and government agencies need concrete proof that your business actually plays by the rules before they'll partner with you. And that proof, it comes in the form of one very specific certified document.
Now, if dealing with state government processes feels a bit intimidating, don't worry, we've got you covered. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, what is the certificate? Second, eligibility and compliance rules. Third, the step-by-step application. Fourth, costs and processing times. Fifth, using your new certificate. And finally, our important legal disclaimer. Let's dive right in with Section 1. What is the certificate?
First things first, let's bust through some of this jargon. If a lender or an out-of-state agency is asking you for a certificate of good standing in Tennessee, what you are actually looking for is called a certificate of existence. That is Tennessee's official statutory term for it. This document is issued exclusively by the Tennessee Secretary of State, specifically through their Division of Business Services. It's essentially formal certified proof that your LLC, corporation, or other registered entity is currently active, fully authorized to do business, and strictly compliant with state regulations.
So why do you actually need this single piece of paper? Well, it's an absolute game changer for major business milestones. When you apply for financing and loans, banks use it just to ensure your company isn't at risk of being shut down by the state. If you're expanding into a brand new state, which is a process called foreign qualification, that new state is going to demand proof that you're in good standing back home in Tennessee. It's also an absolute must during mergers and acquisitions, so buyers can verify your legal standing. And honestly, you'll often need it just to renew your standard, essential licenses and permits. It really is the ultimate tool for proving your business's credibility.
Moving right along to Section 2, eligibility and compliance rules. Now here is where it gets a little interesting. Tennessee uses this unique dual-layered compliance system. You actually have to satisfy two completely separate government agencies to get this one document. First, the Secretary of State requires you to file your annual reports and maintain an active registered agent with a physical street address in Tennessee. And a quick heads up here, a P.O. box alone is statutorily insufficient, no way around it. The state enforces this so that a sheriff or process server always has a physical, real-world location to deliver legal documents to. Second, the Department of Revenue requires that all your outstanding taxes, franchise fees, and penalties are completely cleared out. If you drop the ball with either agency, your certificate will be blocked.
It's also really important to know exactly what you're getting once you're approved. While some states out there offer a massive long-form, good standing certificate that includes your entire corporate filing history, Tennessee actually has a bit of a unique quirk. They exclusively issue a one-page, short-form certificate. It's just a concise, black-and-white digital or printed document that simply verifies your current, active status. You won't find any fancy colored or raised seals here, just the straightforward facts.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty with Section 3, the step-by-step application. The state has actually made the primary online workflow incredibly efficient, but you definitely need to know their acronyms. Step 1, go to the public search tool known as TNBEAR, which stands for Tennessee Business Entity and Records, to look up your business and locate your unique 9-digit Secretary of State control number. Step 2, take that exact number and log right into the TNCAB portal. That's the Tennessee Charity and Business Filing System. If you don't already have an account, you're going to need to create one. Step 3, inside your dashboard, just select Order a Certificate of Existence, verify your entity details, make your payment, and then boom, download your secure PDF. While that online route is honestly fantastic, you actually have 3 distinct application channels. Filing online through the TNCB portal is definitely the absolute fastest route because it's literally instant. But if you're someone who prefers paper, you can mail Form SS4461 directly to the Division of Business Services at the Snodgrass Tower in Nashville. Just keep in mind, that takes about 2 to 5 business days from the moment they receive it. Finally, if you need a physical copy like right this second, you can do a walk-in at the Tennessee Tower lobby in Nashville. Pro tip, if you submit it before 2 p.m. Central Time, you'll actually get same-day processing.
Which brings us to Section 4, costs and processing times.
You are going to love this part. The state fee for a certificate of existence in Tennessee is incredibly cost-effective. It's just a flat $20. That's it. And this price applies across all entity types, whether you're an LLC, a corporation, or a limited partnership. It stays firmly at $20 regardless of whether you apply online, by mail, or in person.
However, you really got to ensure you're paying the right way to avoid getting your application bounced right back to you. If you are paying online, use a credit card, debit card, or an e-check. If you're mailing your application in, you absolutely must use a personal check, cashier's check, or money order made payable to the Tennessee Secretary of State. And if you're walking in, they do accept checks and money orders, but if you want to pay with cash, it's highly recommended to bring exact change because they have very strict change limits under $20 right there at the counter.
Okay, moving to Section 5, using your new certificate.
So the absolutely crucial point here is timing. A certificate of existence is essentially a snapshot of your compliance at the exact moment it was generated. Because your compliance status can change pretty rapidly, most banks, investors, and out-of-state agencies generally only consider their certificate valid for about 30 to 60 days after the issuance date printed on it. So my advice? Don't jump the gun and order this document months in advance of a big deal. Time your application perfectly so that you're handing over a fresh, recent snapshot to whoever is requesting it. Now we really need to touch on what happens if you let your compliance slip and you lose your good standing. The consequences? They are severe. If you can't produce a valid certificate because you're out of compliance, you actually lose your ability to bring legal action or sue anyone in Tennessee state courts. That's huge. Your financing deals will be instantly blocked and your business transactions will completely freeze. Ultimately, the state can even initiate an administrative dissolution, which means forcibly shutting down your legal entity and potentially exposing you to personal liability. So consider this your official motivation to keep those annual reports and taxes continuously updated.
Finally, Section 6, our important legal disclaimer.
Before we wrap up, I need to remind you, the information provided in this explainer is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Please consult a legal professional for detailed advice tailored to your specific situation. With that said, understanding how to maintain and prove your compliance shouldn't be a roadblock for you. It should be a powerful tool in your arsenal. So, what massive milestone is your business going to conquer next? Or will a missing $20 piece of paper be the downfall of your next big deal? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer and keep building.